associates. This is the autistic page. Greetings, minions and associates. If you're already a minion and you would like to tithe, please hit like. If you would like to become a minion, please hit follow. If you would like to confess, please do so in the comments. If you would like to evangelize, please share. Today, I'm kind of doing a little bit of prep work. I'm studying the Autism Caucus that doesn't exactly exist. I'm just flying around in my Tesla right now, by the way, while I'm at it. It's cold out here. It really is. They should have put a top on this thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, nonetheless, so a couple of years ago, I looked into the Autism Caucus. Also looked into a bunch of the different other things, but among which the Autism Caucus doesn't exist, or did not exist. Although now, since I made a point of that to them, all of a sudden things are popping up here. Okay, I don't know what this is, but anyway, so I'm looking at this. I'm just wondering what the heck, if I can find anything on this caucus. And so far, it's been scant news at best. The one thing that I have found is an article that did prove something that I have been saying for quite some time, and that's that basically, like, Autism Speaks and so forth tries to get them to write bills and so forth that will help them directly. At least that's what it appears like. Oh my God, this is really bad. These funds will help to enhance surveillance of what? A U.S. Congressional Henry Cellular announced $2.4 million to help fight autism in the Laredo Webb County area. Why do they want to fight me? I don't want to fight. According to the Centers at CDC, yeah, we know. Trying to figure out what the heck they're trying to do with this. This will provide a 4-year grant that will provide $600,000 per year in order to support 5 full-time positions. Oh my God. That will collect data. ASD will therefore... Oh my word. What kind of data? No. This is like they're spending all this money to collect data. Why don't they go to the dang community and ask? So, Cellular said the Autism Caucus is putting $15 million for the Defense Department because it is one of the largest funds to do research. We want the doctors, investigators, and the Defense Department to help in this research. Why is that a Defense Department thing? Let's just think about that. For what reason would the Department be doing genetic research? Is that a benevolent help human beings thing? The Defense Department? Do we want to give the Defense Department any money for genetic research? You ever heard of COVID? Wow. So they want to collect data for the to help the community. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Is there anyone that knows I'm here? Is there anyone who's ever... Is there anyone listening? Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Ooh, C-Chat's working. Why does it disappear? I don't want you to disappear, C-Chat. Where am I, C-Chat? Interesting. Oh, there's a chat box right there. Where did that... I bet you that's C-Chat. Yep, it is. Okay, so I guess I'm still live on Instagram and Kick. Hopefully I gotta kick people here pretty soon. I mean, I won't kick anyone, but I mean I'll have people on Kick. As for what my big goal is to get people on Kick. So that's a big important thing for me. If I can get settings. Oh, I gotta see. I haven't checked to see how my stream's holding. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, wow, I'm pretty darn impressed. I'm doing well. My bit rate's up high. I'm not having any issues with anything. Very well, very well. That's actually a scary little story, but definitely a scary story. Dude, Kyle, you're stupid.
There are just so many
Alrighty, so this is kind of exciting. I am looking up the Autism Caucus here, and this is a fellow I know, Kyle Weiss here. This is amazing. This is 2024. Okay, so like a year and a half ago, last year actually, is about 8 months ago, a year ago, I was investigating the Autism Caucus, and I found out that the Autism Caucus doesn't actually, in fact, exist. At least not at the time. But I've looked, and all of a sudden, since I basically called up uh, Chris's office, what was it, Chris Meth, and called them out on the fact that there was no secretary, there was nobody. It did not exist. And I told him, I said, look, my name's David Page, and I am going to make sure that this comes out. And all of a sudden now, this fella, Kyle, is doing this for the Autism Caucus, which is just amazing. Because before it didn't exist at all. So I actually created this opportunity for him.
When I found myself on the street, I didn't know what to do. I was a 14-year-old kid. I found out a way to scrape some cash together by means that I'm not willing to talk about. I bought a car, taught myself how to drive, stick shift, mind you. Because it was stick shift, I also learned how to replace a clutch on a car. This is where the autism comes in. I was desperate. I didn't know what else to do. So I lived in that car, on people's couches, under bridges, anywhere that I could. I hopped trains, all while not knowing how to be friends with people, how to talk with people, and to do what I needed to do. And I have no idea, by the grace of the great mystery, God, whatever you want to call it, I'm still here. Community, we are not asocial by nature. We are people that, again, look at this room. There are people that probably prefer not to socialize. But I think
this is absolutely amazing because I actually created this situation. This is hilarious.
If you want to say that you have something that you really
This is really cool. I'm really excited about this. I'm completely stoked.
It's when other people try to define that as us and they eliminate.
I'm gonna have to talk to Kyle about this.
So yeah, just wanted to say that. I love you all.
I've only communicated with Kyle a couple of times. He's on TikTok. I think he's got about the same following I do. Maybe he's got a bigger following than me. I started out, had a little bit bigger following than him. And then I think he probably has the same thing I do. It doesn't really matter, but basically, I think we started out about the same time too. So I just think that's very interesting. But I'm looking up. It says the Disability Caucus. I'm looking
so many
specifically for Autism Caucus because, like I said, it existed in name only. In other words, it was there just to buffer the bios of the congressmen. They didn't have any actual meetings or do anything else. And here's an Autism Cares. Now there was one little thing where Mike Doyle, right before, about 4 or 5 years before he left, he and Chris, somehow through Autism Speaks, there was this CARES Act thing that got pushed through. Basically, what I've been saying is that here's the Autism CARES Act, and they probably won't mention Autism Speaks here. But, this is interesting. Oh, this is so good. Oh, thank you, Autism Speaks. They're doing this for me. They've got all this stuff here for me. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my God, that looks like Johnson. Why do they all look alike? It's kind of scary, actually. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm collecting these stories and putting them in some folders, so that way I've got everything together. Because I need to. Well, I'm going to be doing something live specifically on this, but I've got to get this information together so I have a cohesive. This goes for Autism Speaks too, which is kind of interesting. I'm not. Autism Speaks doesn't like me. They won't talk to me. Program ambassador. I love this because they have all these supposed programs and stuff, but they don't really do anything. Not really. Although what the employees like the most about their job is that when they don't have to work, is their time off. That was in Lincoln or something. It was LinkedIn or whatever it's called. That was their number one thing, was that they like their time off. They give them time off, I guess, at the drop of a hat. But I mean, they're making millions and millions of dollars. Yeah, so this is back in 19 when Doyle was part of the deal. But I still want to. This is the last time they did anything until I said something to them. And at this point in time, since my son's dead, I don't give a crap. So I just called them up and fronted them off about it. The fact that they were lying about the caucus and that it was a sham. So this is kind of cool, though. A bunch of people that have no idea what they're talking about. I got a picture of or I got a statement from President Biden that he made for Autism Awareness Day or whatever, and I'm quite positive he has no idea. He's probably never seen it. He has no idea what it says or anything. He signed off on it. Don't get me wrong, but that doesn't mean he's ever seen it. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking. This is Buffalo, New York. I got a friend from Buffalo. Uh, yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Speaking to the Disability Caucus about restraint and seclusion. Whoa, whoa. It's got to be.
Miss Ambu amplified in her stories. Miss Ambu is also an honoree.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be autistic related.
Ambu amplified her stories. Jennifer went on record with the press, showed them an overwhelming 3-inch stack of documents detailing her son's in torment over 3 years.
I'm not doing very good at finding caucus stuff, though. I'm trying to find
as someone who
stuff that has to do with the caucus rather than just, autism. I don't really care about that. Dyslexia. My son had dyslexia. He was an atheist too, so he was always wondering if there really was a dog. I didn't say that one aloud, did I? I know I didn't say it aloud. Chantel Jackson. Okay, caucus.
Those big name coding boot camps are probably going to delete me for revealing this to you.
Hi, I'm
Okay, this is. I am going to save this. Oh, this is from 2014. No, it's a little bit old. Okay, so I'm not having any luck here. So, news maybe? Oh, okay. What do we got here? Nope. Darn it. It's so hard to find anything on the caucus because it kind of doesn't exist. I'm going to have to get a hold of Kyle. Nope, there sure is not anything on this. Well, I guess I got pretty much everything that they're going to have on it, which is not much. What is this? This one's actually real. I've never seen this study. Or, well, this isn't a study, it's this paper. Or article, rather. Huh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, now this isn't giving us any juice. Trying to find something juicy. Juicy! Concerning the caucus, but I don't think it exists at all. That's the problem. I just don't think it exists at all. But I'm trying to get some stuff together for my like, see, I put Autism Caucus, and I know there's more videos on it. Like, I haven't seen mine yet. I'm going to put Autism Caucus fraud. But I don't think I'm going to get anything. Yeah. So what the Autism Caucus was, I don't know why it was made, but what it ended up being was, let's get on this list and we can pad our bios, because like these people, there wasn't anything that the caucus did. It didn't do anything. Okay, I don't know who these guys are. I wish I had some volume here.
That the new hub model proposed by this NDP government will be devastating, creating another wait list. And
today in the legislature, I introduced a bill, a private member's bill called the Name Amendment Act. And the reason I introduced that bill is to make sure that dangerous, violent offenders don't have the ability.
Come on.
For more than a year, this NDP government has been ignoring calls from families and service providers to maintain the existing funding program for children with autism.
Experts have made it clear that the new hub model proposed by this NDP government will be devastating, creating another wait list and making families compete against one another for resources and services for their children in a system that we know they are already struggling with.
Now, we've opposed this
Yeah,
unfair
but the
funding
problem
clawback.
is the problem with this is it's probably pushing towards ABA, like the United States does. I'm sure.
For more than a year, this NDP government has been ignoring calls from families and service providers to maintain the existing funding program for children with autism.
Experts have made it clear that the new hub model proposed by this NDP government will be devastating, creating another wait list and making families compete against one another for resources and services for their children in a system that we know they are already struggling with.
Now, we've opposed this unfair funding clawback for children with autism from day one. And
Children
today,
with
we're
autism.
again calling on Premier David Eby and this NDP government.
Children with
For more than a
autism.
year, this NDP government has been ignoring
come on,
calls
don't make
from
it.
families and
Anyway, that's too bad. I didn't want it to go away, but okay, there we go.
Services for their children in a system that we know they are already struggling with.
Now, we've opposed this unfair funding clawback for children with autism from day one. And today, we're again calling on Premier David Eby and this NDP government. Do the right thing and stop this top-down approach.
Reverse the autism funding clawback immediately and work with the families impacted to develop an evidence-based and equitable system for all children with disabilities.
Do the right thing, Premier Eby. Parents of autistic children deserve so much better.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. I don't know what that was about. Some kind of politics in Canada. Darn Canadians. I think they invented autism. Yep, they sure did. To infiltrate the United States. They didn't want, they figured if there were like some really awkward people running around that the Canadians could come down here and they just wouldn't be noticed. They were just, be these really nice, awkward people. But they stayed nice. That was the problem. You got to be a mean autistic.
I'm very proud.
Okay, I need this. Copy. I'm going to see.
To stand here again this year with this annual resolution to celebrate the first week of March as School Social Worker Week in the state of New York. I've had the privilege of sponsoring this resolution for...
Revolution? Yeah, it's a revolution. Oh, my goodness gracious. Unbelievable. Chantel Jackson. She keeps on popping up here. Who is she?
Happy Black History Month, everyone. Okay.
Oh, howdy.
I'm a licensed social worker, former high school social worker in a CTE school. I can say CTE works. Community schools work. Teacher centers work.
Okay. Minority Caucus Room.
Okay, this is Rep. Dan Miller here again. And
okay, so yeah, I am not finding much of anything else. So I'm just going to have to go back and look at what I have found. I wonder if there's any other search engines. But like I know for a fact, like there was my video that I made on my channel. Autism Caucus. Yeah, okay. Well, I've got that. Now I should pop up here. Wow. Nothing. Yeah, here it is right here. Here's mine.
Unfortunately, while doing some research
This is
today, I
years
found out
ago.
that Congressman Mike Doyle...
Now, okay, this, let's see, I'm going to go back, well. Okay. There, got a really scary expression there. This is from, well, it says a year ago. I don't know what the date is. I could look it up. Yeah, it looks like I made a note in here. 5 months ago. Right, I mean, that's the reason I was trying to get a hold of him, is because Medicaid in Colorado, it's illegal for me to get the health care that I need. So that's why I was trying to get a hold of him. Maybe I should call him up again. Now, maybe I'll try to call him up again tomorrow. How autism can inspire us. Oh my goodness
Showing
gracious.
up on the first page of Google
I'm just going to go
might
dive
not
into
be the
this one.
best for everyone.
I'm just going to dive into this one because you know what I need? I need some inspiration. You know what kind of inspiration I need? Yeah, that's what I need. I need some inspiration porn. That's what I need. And I think this is exactly what we're going to get here. Melanie Page. Follow Melanie Page on Lincoln. I don't know who Melanie is, but I'll see if I can. It's spelled the same way too. So yeah, we're definitely related. Even though I've only had this name a few years. I took my wife's name, but yay! Hi, Miss Page.
Imagine if we had the gift of really seeing and appreciating the value of each person we encountered in our lives. I've had the honor of dedicating over a decade of my career to working with autistic individuals.
Oh boy, I hate it when they start.
2018 CDC report, autism now impacts approximately.
Well, I worked with autistic people, so instead of having an autistic person, for whatever reason, this woman's going to sit there and speak for us, maybe? Is that what this is?
Approximately 1 in 44 people in the United States. As a behavior...
Okay, that's a little bit older. Well, that's a mix between a lot of the statistics. Yeah, that's 11 months ago. So that's the 2022 report that she's referring to. It said 1 in 36 boys and 1 in 189 girls. 1 in 189. So an average of 1 in 44.
Analyst, I target the skill development and behavior change necessary for patients to make treatment progress. Autism can teach us many things, and the lessons it has taught me have been formative in my life. And I'd like to share some of them with you today. Autism teaches us about the beauty of our individuality. At times, we work so hard to adapt to others' preferences and standards that we lose ourselves. Individuals with autism have been a steady example to me of true nonconformity. They delight in doing what makes them happy without needing external approval. I'm certain many autistics don't have the words embarrassed, awkward, or scared in their vocabulary. I've had patients who taught me to sing and dance in public, to wear the silly outfit, and to tell the dad joke to the stranger at the grocery store. And I cherished every lesson. In my career, I've spent time with the smartest, bravest, funniest,
I hate the brave thing.
People I've ever.
Why do they always have to throw down the brave thing? They're so brave.
From composing music by ear to designing elaborate choreographies and reciting details about hundreds of interesting facts. Each one was extraordinary in their own way. So be authentically you. Autism teaches us about acceptance. Termed the autism spectrum for its broad range of presenting characteristics, we choose to be accepting and inclusive of those differences. And we don't encourage those with autism to change. I'm talking about genuine acceptance. We love them for who they are. This lesson extends beyond autism. I found myself intrigued, curious, and even fascinated by other people's work.
Hey. We weren't supposed to have
As
any
the
trains
world,
there.
We've progressed from being aware of autism and are moving quickly toward embracing those individuals who may not be exactly like us. But the truth is, none of us is exactly like the other. Everyone is unique, and that should be celebrated. We all have differences in values, beliefs, and behavior. We choose to express ourselves differently. But everyone has something to share with the world. How can you be more accepting of those around you? Are you open to listening to what others have to share? Can you find the strengths in someone's flaws? As I worked with individuals with autism, I noticed how accepting each of them was of others. They don't judge or assume, they respond to your best efforts. Don't be so quick to close yourself off from others who
Don't
may
close
be different
yourself
from
off.
you. We are all a little more alike than we might think. We all have unspoken needs. The sooner we realize that we share our burdens with the community around us, the more easily we can extend empathy toward others.
Wow.
The more
Thanks.
forgiving we can be to those who may be struggling.
I think she just referred
Because
to
the
us as
reality
burdens.
is, who's not? I once worked with a child who had tantrums that lasted hours each day. His family was at the end of their rope and close to placing him in a residential facility. As a clinical team,
Probably
we made
wasn't
one
a ta-
final attempt to teach him to communicate through a touch device.
More than likely, it was not a tantrum at all. More than likely, he had sensitivities or whatever else. And what she's going to tell us here is that they found out something about him, about one of his needs, maybe hearing or some kind of sensitivity that they helped take care of, or they helped him isolate a little bit so he wasn't so overstimulated like from his peers.
Within weeks, this child was able to finally tell us that he wanted us to take him to the mall. Of course, his ultimate destination was the Chick-fil-A at the food court, and we quickly became regulars. His tantrums subsided as he gained the ability to communicate more of what he desired. Don't we all have needs and desires that we can't always express? I encourage you to be generous with your judgments of others and work hard to increase empathy and connection.
I really
Kindness is
hope.
an
I really hope she isn't going to try to go towards ABA. I don't think she is. I think she's just going to wrap it up here because we only got about 2 minutes left.
Language. Many of the individuals I worked with could not speak in a traditional way. However, they said more to me through their behaviors and actions than most people say with thousands of words a day.
Behaviors. So yeah, that's an ABA term right there. So she's ABA people, for sure. It's just sad that you can tell just by their language, just by the words, the verbiage, you know, what kind of belief systems they have.
Day. Whether they jumped in for a bear hug or with arms waving and hands flapping to greet me, I knew their excitement was real. The same worked in reverse. So many learners responded best to those who worked with them patiently, who gave them undivided attention, who chose to play with them, who expressed real interest and listened to them. You can create change and influence others by spreading a little kindness. Autism can teach us that hard work pays off. I have had patients who couldn't talk later learn to tell me all the reasons why they thought my outfit was pretty ugly. I've seen patients who had severe injurious behavior gain independence. These patients often spent up to 40 hours a week every week for years in treatment. They are true examples of dedication and consistency.
No.
And they can demonstrate to all of us that practice may not make us perfect, but it can make us pretty exceptional. We all share the same desires to
No,
be
it's
better,
torture.
to meet our goals, to create and maintain change, and to live a fulfilling and joyful life. No matter who you are or what challenges you may face, autism can
This
teach
is
us
horrible.
all to be more aware.
This is absolutely
more
horrible
accepting.
because what she's talking about in surviving and all this and being successful is from her perspective as a neurotypical person and what she expects and what she wants, not what an autistic person wants. This is so ableist. This is really bad. This is very bad. And the thing is these people don't even realize how ableist it is. And this is why I have to do this every single day. And this is why I'm going to keep doing it 5 days a week. Here I am, 4:30 in the morning,
And
and
more kind to ourselves.
day's not
and to
even
those
started,
around
and I'm
us.
already at it.
Thank you.
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention, get more followers, and drive more sales. They're engaging to watch, super shareable, convert better, and make you
I can't believe he's got a channel, but there's nothing there. Okay. That was me. Whoop. Where am... Go on. Where is it? There it is. Yeah. Oh, that's because I'm live. I have that tattoo on my forearm. It's actually right there. Can't see it very well probably because the light's horrible. But my arm doesn't bend very well that way. All right, well, I'm not finding anything on this caucus. I am bummed out about that. Excuse me. And nobody's made any complaints about this but me, which is interesting. Okay, autism and disability. Oh, Facebook. Is there a page now? Oh, okay. This is a different, like a local. What? Okay, so this is for some local state or some local county or something like that. This is not the official congressional caucus. Okay, so this is the issue. Okay, so with the whole, this is Autism Roots Nutrition Research Center. And it says helping families of children and adults with autism. So it's framed as an illness here. Spectrum disorder. No, that isn't how it's framed. That's just how some people say it. Yeah, well, they say it like it's an illness. That's the problem. We don't say with blondism, with Caucasianism, with you know, I don't know. We just don't do it. With blue-eyism. That guy's got brown-eyism. I told you he's full of that. Oh, never mind. ANRC is dedicated to empowering lives through pioneering research. See, okay, but this research could be cool. And this is the problem, you don't know. Whenever they say research, it gets scary. Now, they're just talking about nutrition here. This is all they care about, it looks like. So that part would be okay, I guess. Hopefully. This is a problem, though. They're not an actual research center. This is snake oil, more than likely. Yeah, this is snake oil, probably. If these vitamins were applicable, or multivitamins, or whatever else, that's fine and dandy. The thing is this is snake oil. And look at this, $75 a bottle. Come on, dude. You're such a prick. What an asshole. What a fucking asshole. This is the type of person that really hurts the autistic community. Now, if he cared, he'd just basically kind of give you an idea of what kind of vitamins and so forth they need. But instead, now he's going to sell snake oil. Oh, this is going to cure you. No, he's probably not going to claim a cure. He's probably going to claim to help. And this stuff may actually do it. But he isn't in it to help autistic people. He's in it for the dough. He's in it to make moolah. There's nothing wrong with capitalism. It's just I hate it when they're using autistic people, using parents' fear and desperation to make a buck. This dude's driving a freaking Maserati to work every day. See that little smirk there? That's because he's spending autistic parents' money. In that Pantera that he's got. Different cures for autism. 17 treatment options for each autism diagnosis. Can you believe this? This is snake oil too. I'm not going down into this. I'm not going to download this or anything. I'm not going to go any further into this. I mean, I already know they're trying to sell snake oil here, so I'm not going to go further in their site. That, you know, I probably already got bugs in my computer just from going that far. Not, they didn't get flagged or anything, so I'm probably okay out there, but I'm not going further in there. Resources for autism. Exceptional lives. Lives. I think I kind of like the exceptional lies. I know them kind of peoples. Well, it sure is cold out here driving this Tesla. I tell you. Brr, brr, cold. I think they should have put a top on this thing. I really do. The resources are there. How can we connect families to them? This is written Rick Meyer Esquire? I don't know what that means. On July 19th, 2023. About 6 months ago. We're excited to share an article by Ricky Meyer, Exceptional Lives former Director of Policy and Legal Operations, that discusses how our free resources can help parents and caregivers navigate the new disability systems and range of emotions that they experience. Oh, I need a sound effect. I need a sound effect for that, for sure. Absolutely, I need a good crying sound effect. I wonder who that would be. I'm thinking like maybe Roger Rabbit or something. Autism Speaks Advocacy. Yeah, this guy was a member, this Payne dude. He just passed. He was a member of the Congressional Autism Caucus that didn't work until like 6 months ago when I talked to him. I thought it was longer than that. But yeah, I told him, I says, look, I told him straight up. I called him out because I kept on saying, well, let me talk to the secretary. Oh, well, we'll just take it. And I was like, okay, well, let me have an email so I can email them directly. Well, we'll just take it. Okay, how about giving me a phone number so I can call them directly? Yeah, we'll get that. I says, oh, bullshit. You know there isn't a damn caucus. You know, it's all just a pad of congressmen's bios. And I says, my name's David Page, and I'm going to hold you accountable for this. And I hung up. Yeah. Anyway, so now they're starting to do stuff a little bit. It all of a sudden appeared after that because I was pissed. Because I was calling the caucus because I needed help. And they weren't helping me because it didn't exist. So I'm going to try to call them now. Hopefully they don't remember who I am. They won't do anything to help me anyway, but because like I said, it was showboating in the first place, so it is what it is. All right. Yeah, I saw Elon Musk talking about Twitter the other day. And he kept calling it Twitter every single time. He never called it X. Caucus memberships. Okay. Okay, huh. Interesting. See, it's just so hard to find anything on this caucus. I want to go back into the news and dig it a little deeper. See, I'm finding all kinds of stuff, but I'm not really finding anything about the caucus itself. And that's what happened before. And I'm not finding anything here either. That's the problem, you know what I'm saying? I need to find something on this congressional. There it is. It's talking about Mike Doyle, I can tell already just from scanning it. But legislation would make grants available to law enforcement agencies and nonprofits to provide training to prevent wandering and prevent wandering. What are they gonna do? Freaking cuff us to the freaking kitchen sink? What? Come on. To find individuals, such as law enforcement projects, lifesavers program, to find individuals you have wandered. Introduce a lifetime Autism Community Championship. Critical importance of okay, so no, they're just not doing anything. They're not telling us anything. ASD, no, Autism Caucus. I mean, this is kind of interesting that they're doing this, but I think they're not going to stop kids from wandering off. It's just not going to happen because we're autistic. That's kind of what we do. That's our thing. Okay, that really freaking hurt.
Here's a tailgate that's 1 part swing gate and all parts easy access. The new 2024 Ford F-150 with Pro Access tailgate.
I barely have it on and it hurts.
Here's a tailgate that's 1 part swing gate and all parts.
That looks like old Johnson, yeah. That dude's so scary. That dude is scary. He is really scary. Reminds me of Reverend Faithful. That's who I was thinking of. So let's see what he's saying. Okay. You know what? This site's just fucking with me too much. It's USA Today, but I can't go anywhere. There's too many damn pop-ups and shit, so I'm just leaving. Excuse me. I would click and I've got like my computer is pretty quick. Like it just loaded pretty quick there. Okay, this could be a cool. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save this story. How old is this story? It's from 2015. That's really old story, but okay. You know what? I want to watch it. I'll do commentary on it, but I won't save it for news unless it's like really relevant. Come on, hopefully this ad will be done with. I think that was Putin.
The other supports we've come up with for our son, there are 3 main ones. First is music therapy. This is important for organizing the brain, the sensory system.
I recognize her.
And group concentration. He's working with a number of different people. And again, the therapists are trained in autism. Another one a lot of people don't think about, what we find is crucial for our son, is psychotherapy. This addresses his ongoing anxiety programs just as an individual trying to function in the world with autism. That's a huge thing. He has some OCD, social problems, feelings of inferiority, and medication management. This can't be done by just any counselor. It really takes someone who is trained working with people with autism.
Yes, I would agree with that.
The other thing that is terribly important to find is daily exercise for self-modulation, stress control. Our son is part of a running club, and once a week his father takes him up to Central Park, and this wonderful group called Achilles, which is nationwide, has someone run with him. He runs 6 miles every Saturday morning. The other thing he is taking is adaptive yoga. That teaches relaxation, discipline, again, self-modulation, and this is with someone also who is a specialist. It also happens to be his favorite day of the week. He loves yoga. The last thing is he belongs to our local Y. He has a gym membership.
Okay, so this is an autism mom.
Again, modulating anxiety and stress, and he happens to have a congenital heart defect that requires that he really stay in shape. So we work to stay on top of that.
I don't know who she is. I recognize her, I think.
Hard water makes it hard to keep your
I'm
home
face
looking
blind,
like
so
the
it's
work
really
of art
hard for me
you've
to
always
tell.
envisioned it would be. Culligan softeners reduce hard water buildup and your cleaning time, transforming every...
Yeah, it's really hard for me to tell because I am face blind, but I think I do recognize that lady. But it sounded like she's just an autism mom. Is what she is. Which is cool. She was right in what she was saying, so that's kind of nice. It's different.
Rare and potentially fatal auto-inflammatory condition years ago, her mom Megan said the wait to see a specialist near their home in Colorado was 6 to 9 months.
That must have been agonizing as a mom who just wants her daughter to survive.
Yes, it was terrifying. It's a treatable condition if you can get a diagnosis, but you can't get in to see a specialist to get that diagnosis.
But Megan wasn't taking no for an answer and finally got an appointment some 2,000 miles away in Boston.
I was desperate. I wasn't going to lose my daughter.
She's not alone. Delays for most doctor appointments are at an all-time high and only getting worse. The latest data shows in the nation's 15 biggest cities, it takes about 26 days for a new patient to see a physician, same to see a heart doctor, and for an OBGYN appointment, a month or more. Dr. Ilana Yurkowitz at Stanford Medical Center calls it a national crisis.
Why are patients waiting so long to get...
You're damn right that's a crisis. If a woman has an issue, period, she should be able to go to... not have to wait a month. She should be able to go that day or the next day, at least the next day, to get her stuff taken care of, or to get her proper care that she needs, no matter what the issue is. Period. End of story. There shouldn't be a wait for that. Come on, my mother-in-law, I never met her because she passed right before I met my wife. She didn't get herself checked, and she passed because of it. No woman should have to wait at all, period.
Get an appointment with their doctor.
So this is a trend that we're seeing in every clinic, primary care, specialty clinics across the country. Doctors' time is being sucked up by administrative tasks. Doctors' time is being spent on electronic medical records, paperwork, dealing with insurance companies.
That burnout, part of a perfect storm, why so many doctors are leaving. By 2036, it's estimated the U.S. will be short by 86,000 physicians, while an aging population means there will be more patients to treat. So what do you do if you need medical care but can't wait? Experts say try another medical professional in your doctor's group, like a nurse practitioner. Ask to be put on a wait list in case of cancellations, or go to an urgent care clinic.
That's what I've done.
Is this what you signed up for?
This is not what I signed up for. I think I didn't fully know the extent of it before I went into medicine, and it is a reality that I have adapted to because I love the work.
I'll get a pair of power steps.
A struggle for patients as doctors try desperately to meet the demand. Dana Griffin, NBC News.
The City Custom Cash.
God, that was so news story. The way it was set up, everything was just ugh. Still trying to find Autism Caucus, and I'm just not finding it anymore at all. Wait here, Autism Caucus. Join the Autism Caucus. What the? Okay, where's she at? No, okay, New Jersey. So she showed up and announced membership in the Autism Caucus. Remember I told you that it was there just to pad their bios? That's what it was. And this is yeah, this is back in 2019. Yeah. And that's all I did, and that's what I complained to Chris's office about. And then Autism Speaks, right at about that same time, got involved with them. Or maybe they reached out to Autism Speaks or vice versa. I don't know. But a lot changed as soon as I made that call. That's for damn sure. That is the last call I made to Chris Smith's office. Because I called and I gave him about 4 months, and then I called him back, and then I let him have it. I told him exactly how it was. Drivers with autism to have more support protections thanks to Morrison Law. So basically, they're saying that people can disclose. This is making a law to make her look good, because it says that that they're signing into law that people can tell cops that if they have a disability that might impair their communication. You can do that anyway. You don't need a law for that. That is the law. It's a free country. You can disclose your medical history to anyone you want to, at any time you want to, for any reason you want to. It's someone else. That's why we have HIPAA. A medical provider. A medical provider cannot share that information without one's consent to anyone, including other medical providers. That does not apply to anyone who is not a medical provider. A person can provide any medical information they want to anyone at any time that they feel like it. This is a free country. Somewhat. Well, it used to be. I mean, hypothetically, that's the legend. It's not quite folklore, I don't think. Okay, I don't see any Autism Caucus stuff. What? Where's caucus? Which caucus is it? Not autism. Okay. No. Okay. Well, that's cool. There's another Disability Caucus. Well, I'm really happy. My computer's working very well. I'm streaming 4 different ones. My CPU's at 41%. I'm going 60 FPS. And my GPU's, my 1060's at 40%. My 3060 Ti's at 25%. Almost no memory usage, 1% memory usage on my disk. So yeah, it's not making this computer sweat one bit. CPU's at 40% right now, which, considering I'm running 3 streams right now, let's see, a video in the background here, that doesn't run as much as like if I was streaming it, which I did earlier, and that was kind of expensive. I had a video going for my from YouTube, running it live for my background, and that was kind of expensive. I can do it now, it doesn't matter, but I didn't have my settings quite right. Let's see, autistic, non-binary, queer, law student. That's from 2018. Autism Caucus. Excuse me. Okay, this is that same story. Do I have anybody that's on right now can say hello in the comments? I'd appreciate it if somebody's there, really. I'm trying to see how my comments work in here. I haven't done this much before. Well, this is my first time to actually smoothly let's see. Run it at about 500 megabytes per minute, or per second. So half a gig per second. That's not too bad. And everything else is going pretty smooth. Yeah, she's not getting warm. Nothing. This is beautiful. This is what I built her to do. I've got 2 GPUs in here, and I've got a nice card, a capture card. So that's all that's really helping. And I set my GPUs to use the chip on them to do some of my encoding for the encoding, or the encoders, or whatever. So that took some of the weight off of my GPU, or excuse me, my CPU. I've got 5 monitors. One's a 244, and the other's, let's see, another one's a 144, or whatever, 2 something, whatever it is, and then 3 others at 60 hertz. So I have the monitors all split up. Pretty much most of them on the 1060 Ti right now, and then I have like 260 hertz on the, or 160 hertz on the 3060 Ti, but I've also got its chip being used for the encoder, which is sitting there kind of free anyway. So it's actually not being taxed very much at all. But neither's I'm not gaming. I'm just streaming. So, you know, I ran it at 30 FPS earlier, and streamed, and it didn't look bad at all, really. Not, I mean, it looks a lot better at 60 FPS, but it still looked good. It looked good. Hell, it looked a lot better than anything you could get in the 90s on TV, that's for sure. Like getting what I have now is pretty amazing. I mean, if you think about it, let's see. You know, that's pretty darn clear. That is pretty darn clear. Look at that behind me. That's pretty crazy. And that's just broadcasting, and I'm like I said, I'm doing this live. Or not, yeah, well, live, but I've got the world behind me recorded because it didn't take up as much computing power that way. I did everything I could to save as much power as I could, so that I could, in fact, I could go to 6. I could go to a 6th platform now if I wanted. Maybe I will to Facebook just for the heck of it. Okay, so this is Mike Doyle's basically saying that he was retiring. I'm just trying to see if it says anything about the caucus or associated anything or anyone with the caucus aside of Chris Doyle. It's a sham. But I think they're starting to make it a little bit more legit, or actually starting to have to make it somewhat legit, which is fine if it's going to do something. But to say that you have a caucus and it not be a caucus, that's a lie. And being that I am autistic, that's a big autistic thing, you know, about telling the truth. That's literally like a diagnostic trait. Well, sub-diagnostic trait. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Iowa caucuses. Nope. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to find anything. If I don't find anything on this page, I'm going to quit. At least looking this way. No. I was hoping there's going to be something. Alright, that's about it. Let me see here.
This is David Page. Screw them, flat butter.
Howdy, welcome to Use of Farce. I'm